How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba episode review. Today's episode of the Hashira training arc is episode 6, entitled The Strongest of the Demon Slayer Corps. Before I go even further, be the strongest subscriber you can be. Hit that like button. Even if you're not a subscriber, right? Hit the like button. It really helps out the channel. As a matter of fact, you're a viewer, right? Subscribe. You want to get more notifications about more reviews of animes like Demon Slayer, Mushoku Tensei. We're coming back with more Pokemon, and I'm coming back with more Shaman King. So you don't want to miss that. So subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of more reviews just like this one. If you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. Guys, we are finally here with Gyomei Himejima, the Stone Hashira. We only ever get these guys' last name. I think we had their full names when they were first introduced in like season 1. But I saw I saw a GIF that had his name. And that first name is so easier to remember and so easier to say. Gyomei is so much easier to say than Himejima. But he's the Stone Hashira. We are reintroduced in a way to when Tanjiro and Zenitsu meets him, because this time he's not under the fires with Namu. He is here telling Tanjiro and Zenitsu that they must train their core / lower bodies. When you strengthen it, you will be able to have accurate attacks, and you have unwavering defense, and you should be able to stabilize it and make it robust. Demon Slayer leaning into realistic things is pretty funny. Not funny haha, but funny wow. I didn't think we would go here. I mean, we're essentially fighting a vampire / demon Michael Jackson guy who can either turn you into a demon, or he might accidentally kill you with too much of his blood, with people that have black blades that change into different colors depending on your element or your aptitude, and you're able to make flames and water and wind and stuff appear out of your blades when you use them. Not even just your blades, you can do that with your wooden sword if you're good enough. So the fact that they have leaned into a lot of realistic things, like, was it the bell thing with Iguro? I believe I've seen trained dummies like that before. You have to, make sure your accuracy is perfect and things like that. A strong core in real life is really important. So we have Inosuke here. Inosuke, we get a little flashback in his mind of him being chopped to the ground by Gyomei. We're also told that this is winter. When Zenitsu had fainted because of what they would have to do, tell them, put him in the river, and the river is icy cold. Yeah, I hate to say it's one of those episodes, but the boys are back together, right? And we're reintroduced to another trainee, Murata. I guess Murata was at the first one. See, a lot of these black-haired characters, they just all look the same. Yeah, he kind of looks different, but it's just like, right? But Tanjiro and Inosuke can both tell Gyomei is the strongest of the core. He says he smells different. Inosuke is like, yeah, I can just tell. And when I first met him, I was, gave me shivers. That's a Japanese thing. It's kind of like shiver of incitement, or, like fever pitch, something like that, right? Zenitsu was Zenitsu can be so damn annoying, and he was kind of annoying me. I'm getting tired of the whole, oh man, I'm tired of you being so damn positive, Tanjiro. I'm gonna slap you upside your head, bro. Calm that shit down. That is so annoying. God, he can be funny. Like, some parts in here, he was funny. Like the almost drowning part. But that was just annoying. He's like telling Tanjiro, don't believe everything. You just believe everything you hear, right? And I'm gonna get back to that, because the training is, you're under an icy waterfall. You're training your focus. So, the waterfall training. Except this is icy. Even Tanjiro's like, wow, just the weight of the water hitting me. I didn't think it would be like this. Murata had been there for 11 days and just figured out how to get through that part. Because the second part is you have these three massive logs that they have to be able to push and lift up. Like, freaking Gyomei was in fire, like, with the logs on top of him, which he even says he's not going to roast them in fire. So, oh, thank you. That's kind. And the last thing they have to do is there's this massive boulder, slightly smaller than the one that Tanjiro needed to cut in season 1, but still large enough that it's going to be hard for them to move. And as a matter of fact, they have to move it one cho. And in the same breath that I said, what the hell is a cho? Subtitles let us know that one cho is 358 feet. And so you have negative as Zenitsu going, I bet he can't even move that. And behind them, he's pushing it. And all of them, trainees and all, just like, what? And Tanjiro was like, you think I'll be able to do that? He's like, no, you're not going to be able. Obviously, he's going to be able to do it towards the end of this episode, right? We do get, so Tanjiro makes it through all that, right? And what, I had 6 days. Oh, when he gets to the rock part, he had been there for 6 days. And he's like, it's not like demons are going to stay inactive forever. I got to get through this so I can get stronger. He doesn't even know, if anything's going on with this mark. Like, do I need to get stronger? Do I need more muscle? Is it a breathing technique? And then our boy Genya shows up. It's like, yeah, your mark looks a bit darker. And we finally get a better look. It does look like it's filling in darker, that little birthmark, but this mark, and it's funny because when it activates, it becomes fuller and sharper, less how do I express that? Like, the lines become sharper, it definitely becomes darker. It looks like a different shape, but I like that it's noticeable when it's activating. That is much appreciated. And Genya, Gyomei sucks at explaining what this is for and how you do this technique. And what is it called? It's called repetitive motion. Genya was told by Gyomei that he can do this too, even without being able to do the breathing techniques, right? Which I love the fact that Genya and Tanjiro are buddies now. They had a rocky start, but they're buddies, right? After him getting the earful from Himejima about the stuff that went on with his brother, he explained to him he figured out how this technique works. It's to enhance your concentration to the max in order to perform a predetermined action. And you focus, just like with the waterfall, you focus by saying a chant. Now, you see, Gyomei always says Namu. And we would get him behind a tree going, Namu. He has beads. He has the Buddhist beads, which is funny because Inosuke calls him old bead guy. Like, they just even Zenitsu called him an old man. How old is he? Is he 24? I guess back then 24 would be old, right? Anyway, the chant that Genya uses is Ninbutsu, and Tanjiro's like, yeah, that's the one I use in the waterfall. And when not knowing about what repetitive motion was so funny because you had Tanjiro's like, it's like, yeah, no, you don't know. Boop, boop, boop. But it's a way of working out emotions. A matter of fact, Genya and Gyomei use the memories of anger and pain to get their repetitive motion abilities on. And we do see Gyomei like Super Saiyan charged up. Like, it looks like Super Saiyan. His hair's just not changed, different color. Because they do discuss, talking about marks, because earlier Tanjiro said, yeah, I'm pretty sure Gyomei probably, he probably has his mark already, right? He's super strong. But when Genya and Tanjiro talk over the different Hashira, he's like, yeah, no, Gyomei doesn't have a mark on him, and Genya doesn't have one either when he does it. So, also Tanjiro doesn't have a mirror. I didn't think about how handily a mirror would be in this world. You only think about the entertainment district, but this is kind of industrialist-ish area, time period, kind of. They got trains, so they should have mirrors. But Tanjiro does not have a mirror, which I thought was kind of funny. So Genya asked him, what gets you fired up, what gets you emotional when your mark pops up. And you get a very sad looking Tanjiro, which he apologizes for, which I didn't mention, he apologized for getting Tanjiro mixed up in the thing with his brother, but also thanked him for defending him. And when Tanjiro goes back to training at night, you got Inosuke and Zenitsu just looking at him like, dude, it's not even sun up. Obviously, Inosuke's being competitive, like, I gotta not let you beat me. Newsflash, Tanjiro beats him. But the thoughts Tanjiro has is of his family and of the last words Rengoku told him, which was, set your heart ablaze. So those two things in his mind is getting pumping. You see like the flame, the sun flame running through his body as he's able to push it, and he fully pushes it as the sun rises. And the thought came to him not just because Genya asking him that. It came to him because Tanjiro's been grilling the fish for them. He fixed the rice balls very nicely. They look like triangles. He's even gave them grilled ones with miso. And he says it's very familiar. It's reminding him of when he used to help, because Tanjiro's the oldest, right? He'd feed his family. He was very smug. That's a funny part. I won't mention it later now, my funny parts part, but it's funny part where he says, he's like, yeah, no, I'm the son of a charcoal maker, and knowing how to cook it brings out the flavor. He's very smug about it, which is cute because Tanjiro's not ever smug about things. But let's go on the flip side. Remember all those little demon eyes? And I said one had a 4 on it. Remember way back, like episode was like 3? Yeah. This has to be upper rank demon number 4, whose name is, what did that fool call her? Nakime. So they're looking for Nezuko and Ubuyashiki. I can't even believe that Muzan knows his name. Have they been actively spying on them? She had inside the Infinity Castle with the Biwa demon is what I called her, has vines connected to her, behind her, and I guess they reach all the way out into the open world where those eyes go, and you can see the red pulses when the information gets to her and she's able to see and control. Bang! She's found 60% of the demon slayers, and he's telling her to follow. She follows a slayer, male. One male goes that way, the female one goes that way. He praises her, which is kind of feels like genuine praise. It's kind of weird hearing like genuine praise come from the bad guy that doesn't hesitate to kill other demons when he's like, yeah, you lower ranks suck. I'm just gonna kill you all off. We don't have to worry about this in the future. But yeah, he's looking for Ubuyashiki. He's like, what do you look like? And that's the last thing we get in this episode. And I'm thinking to myself, oh snaps, he's watching Nezuko. What if he's out there in plain sight and he just takes the mask off? Like, you only see him with the mask on. Then was like, all right, it's time to go into hiding. Mask off. It's interesting. I already mentioned Tanjiro cooking for the guys. You know, being Big Brother Tanjiro. They call him Mom. Because when they first ate the grilled fish he made, which Inosuke eats bones and all because he's the Mountain King, obviously. I guess some of them were reminded of their mom's home cooking, because someone later on when they say, hey Tanjiro, can you cook dinner for us, and they say, thanks Mom, it's so funny. And that he is the mom friend. I'm usually the mom friend too. Yeah, I get it, Tanjiro. But yeah, that's funny. That was funny to me. Let's talk about these funny moments. Crows talking shit to one another. Genya's crow and Tanjiro's crow was like, hey, what's going on? How about you do that? Well, how about you die? Just the crows are characters just unto themselves. I'm kind of sad that Uzui is not fighting anymore, because I wanted to see the muscle mice again, because the muscle mice were hilarious as hell too. I would have loved to see the crows interact with muscle mice, but crows with crows, either they're cool or they're just flipping each other off verbally, I should say. Zenitsu crying like a little baby. We get the funny cut-ins with the 3 heads. More specifically, when they were underneath the waterfall, and Zenitsu almost drowned, and Tanjiro had to go and get him, and they both go back up there again. That's when they finally passed it. That was funny. Inosuke almost drowning too, where Tanjiro has to take off his boar mask, do chest compression. He's like, "Oh, Manjiro, is that you?" That was funny. Why, for him to be such a pretty boy, that voice does not match that face at all. I'm just saying, that voice does not match that face. Dude has long eyelashes. He is the definition. He would belong in Saint Seiya if he were not here being a shirtless wild boar man. The Namu part was very funny as well. I almost forgot to mention, we get more core trainees quitting. 3 of them, in fact. They said, "I'm sorry, I've just been here too long, and there's no way I can do all this stuff. We can do the stuff you're doing, so we're going to support you." And Tanjiro says, "Okay, thank you. I look forward, to your support." And they're like, "You do?" He's like, "Yeah, we're all going to work together. You're going to do your part, and I'm going to do what I can, and we'll get the head of Muzan." It's like, this dude is rallying everybody up. I hope some heartbreak does not happen. It's gonna happen. It's Demon Slayer. It reminds you of like Naruto. Remember the part of Naruto with the what's that, third great ninja war? Was that third or fourth? Whatever. The last ninja war, where everyone's like, "Oh man, we're all gonna die," but Naruto gives them all the Nine Tails cloak, and he's like, "We ain't going down that easy, Bubba," and everyone's like, "Yeah." That's kind of what this feels like, but since Demon Slayer is so damn sad, I wouldn't doubt it if Tanjiro's like, "We're gonna do it, guys, I love your support," and then something fatal happens to Tanjiro. I don't know, that's just a guess. I haven't seen the manga at all. Oh, and I almost forgot about Taisho secrets. So, the Taisho secret about Gyomei, which is not much of a secret, is that he cries very easily. Because even the intro to it, he sees a mother-daughter child. He's like, "Oh, innocent people." Ooh. And he gets super tearful, like you wouldn't believe. Trash strewn about is enough to make him cry. And then we see him with the cat. He's like, "Oh, cute Neko, Namu, Namu," crying. And just like, oh, all right. But next episode is called Stone Hashira, Gyomei Himejima. So we're going to get a proper one, because this guy is pretty hands off. He just tells him, "Do this, do this, do this. You're good," without explaining how you do the last part. Explained none of it. One thing of importance, since I'm only 18 minutes in here, right? The other core trainees were mentioning, and I had to look up, I had to think, I don't want to call it underling, your apprentice. They don't have Suguro. Is it Sukuros or Suguro? I think it's Suguros, right? A lot of the Hashiras don't have them, and it's probably because of how freakishly strong they are that it's hard for others to catch up to that. Like, Zenitsu had fainted and had freaked out because realizing how strong those guys are, he's like, "I'm not gonna get there." Well, the fact that you had a thunder flash step to a rock for warmth, I think you can. You're just a little... I almost said the thing. I apologize to you Zenitsu fans. Zenitsu is Usopp. I personally get tired of the whole, "Oh man, I do a cool thing and now it's back to being a punk ass." Even Inosuke's whole thing of being a jerk, he's toned down a bit, but I guess that's how you get your different personalities in anime. Another funny thing I just mentioned now, they were clinging to rocks for warmth. That's actually pretty damn funny. Interesting way of letting us know that they're in the winter season, because no snow, would have never known. This episode, while not bad, it's just not overly amazing. I enjoyed the training and the theory behind a lot of it. So it's not bad. It's not average, but it's just not super. So that would put it at a 4, right? It is a low 4. It is a low 4 for me. Only because it was fun. It was funny. Is certainly setting in motion more of the plot. We're not getting, okay, we're just all training. It's like, yeah, no, I'm looking. I'm trying to find you, and I know who I need to find, which is, I still don't know how the hell he knew who he needed to find. But I digress. 4 out of 5 from me. What did you think about the episode, right? I know I've given quite a bit of 4s, but it doesn't feel average. Like if episode ever makes me bored, that's when we get into 3s. Or if I see some stuff, because you should check out my Digimon Ghost Game reviews, where after episode 10 to 15, I'm starting to notice some very average things happening. And this isn't average. It's layering on the world. It's layering on the plot. So it is above average. It's just not super duper. This certainly isn't the second to last episode of Entertainment District, right? Certainly isn't 4 or 5 of the episodes from last season where the fight was just like, it's not the last episode of last season. Was that last? No, second to last, because I wish they would just end on the big fight, but they don't end on the big fight. They end on the Muzan going, oh, ho, 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 I'm going to get her. So, yeah, no, 4 out of 5. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Be notified of more reviews like this one. Don't also forget, if you want to support me even further, my link to my Patreon is in the description below. Thank you all for taking some time out to listen to me talk about this show. I deeply appreciate you. Please be good, be blessed. Wash those hands. Drink some water. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. And remember, people care about you. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone, because there are people that would rather see you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. All right. If you want to follow me, my social medias are right there. Give me a follow, say hi, just don't be a jerk, right? We got a lot of jerks on the old social medias. Just, it's too many. Don't be one of those. Be a good guy. I know you're a good guy. Well, guys, until next time, my Taisho secret is I will see you next time. But, I did tell you the title of the next episode. It's Gyomei's name. Yeah. So Taisho secret, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.